welcome back to my channel. My name is Bailey and you should definitely subscribe if you love all things fashion and beauty. 2024 was a really odd year for me stylistically. I started working full-time and I also am a full-time student, so a lot of my outfits became really thrown together. I didn't have a lot of thought put into them. It wasn't something that I could use as a creative outlet anymore. It just kind of became a necessity to get dressed every day. And this did teach me a lot about my patterns whenever I'm, at my absolute lowest, and what I tend to gravitate towards whenever I'm not putting in this additional effort. But now that it is the new year, I really want to intentionally start dressing well. Not that I didn't dress well before, not that I didn't dress well whenever I was at my lowest. That's still like an inherent part of my sense of style, but I never put in this additional effort. I never use fashion as the creative outlet that it has always been for me anymore. Fashion is such a core part of who I am, and it's such a core part of my creative expression. And it really has been difficult not having that be a resource that I'm using. To help achieve this, I compile a list of things that I will be doing in this coming year to help improve my sense of style, and I thought that I would share them all with you. Number 1 on the list is logging my outfits daily. I was really good about logging my outfits for the first third of the year, and then a lot of stuff happened to me in regards to just my mental health. I was going through genuinely one of the most difficult times that I have had in a really long time, and so I started really prioritizing my work, my education, and my physical health and my mental health, as opposed to focusing my energy on what I'm wearing. I was actually looking back at my photos to see if I could find some outfits that I wore in the past year just as a form of reflection, and I genuinely didn't have record of so many outfits that I wore, because after I started prioritizing other things, suddenly I didn't take any photos, I didn't take any videos, I wasn't posting. I just kind of completely went off the radar for a while, and there's still no record of what I was wearing or anything in regards to that. So now we have no progression of my style, how it's improving, where it's gone to, what different things have I tried, what different things have I incorporated. There's no data for that. So that's something that I really want to do in this coming year, because if you really think about it, if you want to improve your style, if you want to get a good sense of your style, you can't solely rely on your memory to come up to pull out of your mind these 365 outfits that you've worn throughout the year. The second thing that I want to do is dress more out of my comfort zone. In my first video, I talked about how finding your true style is really a matter of tapping into your true authentic self. And in order to do this, you have to stop thinking about what other people are going to think of you. You have to view it through your own lens and not other people's lenses. And this is a near impossible thing to do, admittedly. It's not an easy thing to do at all. I feel like I tapped into this my senior year of high school, and then after that, I kind of just reverted back to how I used to be. Fashion is such a fun thing for me, and I live in an area where it's not it's not like I live in a big city where it's socially acceptable to just dress however you want all the time. So it's not a particularly easy thing to do, but also at the end of the day, there's literally nothing to lose. You're not hurting anybody. This is just for you. This is just for fun. This is something you enjoy. Life's too short. Just do it. Just wear the outfit, Genuinely, I cannot think of I've never looked at somebody who is dressed up and been why are they wearing that? I've only ever been oh my gosh, they look amazing. And there's no one's gonna look at you and judge you for dressing well. No one, that's just not gonna happen. And if they do, quite frankly, they're a little bit jealous that they don't have the confidence that you have. This kind of piggybacks off of my last point, but I want to try to put in more effort, of course. I used to really live by the look good, feel good mentality, and I still think that it is a good mentality to have. I also think that there is this additional layer of effort that I have to put in order to feel like I'm actually putting in extra effort, because I do have a sense of style where I do look put together always. If I don't I don't like not looking put together. I don't like not being coordinated. Fashion is still it is still a core part of who I am and how I like am viewed by others. I still take that heavily into account, but I do think that there is something to literally just putting in an extra step of effort, an extra accessory, like something else that's going to be your extra form of self-expression that takes your like base level outfit to an outfit that is unique to you. And again, this is something that's like going to help you be out of your comfort zone. It's going to help you be more authentic in your own sense of style. My next commitment is, albeit a bit ambitious, but it's something that I've really been considering for the past couple of months, and I decided that I was going to do it for the first 6 months of the year. So for the first 6 months of the year, I'm committing to not buying any clothing. I do have a couple of conditions on this. Number one being there is, I'm not even joking, one piece of clothing that if I find it, I am buying it, and it's a brown leather jacket, a dark brown leather jacket, because I have looked for one for like months now. It's something I really, really want to be a part of my wardrobe. I just haven't found the right one yet. So if I find that in these 6 months, I am buying it. It is coming home with me. Having said that, my other exceptions are any replacements for clothing that I currently have. I have some pieces that I don't love that are like core pieces that I wear all the time. They're just like a little bit worn, or like something has happened to them where they're just like not really fixable. For example, I have a lightweight black trench coat that I love. I lost the coat tie to it, and I don't have like anything that I can use as a coat, so I want to find a new black trench coat to replace it. Things like that. If I happen upon them in the next 6 months, I will be buying them, but also it's not going to affect the challenge per se, because it's not really going to change anything of my wardrobe. The reason why I want to do this so badly is because I think that I've been put in such a creative rut where I'm kind of like bored with the clothes that I have, and I don't play anymore. And I want to start playing dress up again. We have all of these concepts of like shopping your closet, using what you have, but I think that like we get so distracted by the new that we forget old pieces that we have that are really good pieces that we just never wear. And I realized that like I only got my little creative jolts whenever I had new clothes in my wardrobe. I have so many clothes that are wonderful pieces that are like such good representations of my sense of style. I am very proud of my wardrobe, and I think that I have a very good wardrobe that is a good reflection of what I like, and I think that they're good pieces. Genuinely, I get a good consistent wear out of probably a third of them. And that's not because I don't wear or want to wear the other pieces that I have. It's because I don't branch out and actually try to implement those pieces in my day-to-day dressing. I think that doing this challenge is something that's ultimately going to force me to branch out and to try different formulas and to be more creative with what I have. I probably will be making a separate video about that later on, but I'm really excited to experiment with that this year. The next thing that I'm committing to is, again, kind of branching off my first point, but tracking what I wear daily and in turn brutally cutting out what I'm not wearing. Again, I'm really focusing on just like honing down my wardrobe and making it into something that is wearable. If I do not wear a piece, why am I hanging on to it? I just refreshed my winter wardrobe, so I will probably be doing this in the spring whenever I switch out my clothes for the season. But I really hate holding on to things that I don't wear. You know, I don't want these pieces in my wardrobe that I have to just collect dust. I hate having things that are unused. So I do want to just make sure that I'm not holding on to pieces that are not getting their use. My sixth and final commitment is trying to consume fashion media that is not curated. We now are in a day and age where literally every single form of media that we consume is curated and based around an algorithm. As a creative person, it's so hard to feel creative whenever I'm seeing these same stuff over and over and over again, just like in different forms. I feel like another reason why I was in such a rut this past year with my style was because I didn't have any new things to look at, and it's so hard to find new things because of how algorithm based any form of social media is. If I try to look on Pinterest, anything new that I'm trying to look up, like it's going to immediately have the undertone of what I'm already saving and viewing. And the same thing goes for any other platform. This year I did get my very first Vogue subscription. I don't know if I'm going to branch out into other magazines or not. I just want to start off with this. Consuming print media and something that is not curated, not on a feed, not algorithm based, I think it's something that's going to help me get more inspiration and improve my style. I'm also really interested in possibly reading more things that are related to fashion and getting some more and consuming fashion media that way, but I really want to consume less curated media again because of how repetitive it is and how stagnant my creativity feels. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed. If you have any more style tips that you want to share in regards to things that really helped you improve your own sense of style, definitely leave them in the comments down below. I am really excited for this new year, really excited to see how all of this will pan out, and I am really excited to take you all on the journey with me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Love you, bye!